back. We didn't disappear.
3 months later, however.
Take note.
Big Beach! We're here.
My man, Alan,
It's different this time.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Terry and Trey. It's been 3 months, 5 months.
Yes. Oh, is that what I said? 3 months?
Yeah, it's been a long time. 2020 has us all going crazy. Full transparency. COVID, obviously, we know happened. I personally got COVID. My girlfriend got COVID as well. We both got pretty sick, but no hospitals, thankfully. We got over it. Yeah, so don't do that. Didn't see my mom for like weeks, but we obviously got better, thank God. And then honestly, at our restaurant, a lot just got crazy, which is, we were lucky. We got really busy with everything going on.
We have a takeout business, so actually for us, it was, I kind of feel weird saying this, but for us it was actually a really positive thing as far as just business wise. So
but it was a lot of extra work, just like nothing like the volume we've seen. I also built a studio here. So we got a new little Terry and Trey studio. So we're back. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been sending us messages. I know we haven't responded to a lot of them, but we're finally back. We're going to be posting videos regularly, talking to you guys. I hope everyone out there has been doing well, staying safe. Obviously crazy times with a crazy year. But hopefully we can bring some fun back, talking about the fun. I don't know, it's a Knicks, so we'll see.
We'll see.
You'll see.
We have just hired our 14th coach in 20
got stats.
In 20 years.
I didn't even know that.
I mean, come on.
I mean,
but
hey.
Listen, we knew this was happening. We knew there was a search for a head coach.
It was a long search.
Well,
it was a long search. It went on, listen.
So it was a long search, but I actually think, to be honest with you, that Leon Rose always knew that we were hiring Tibbs, and I'll tell you why. I always talk to my kids about relationships, right, and how important they are when it comes to business and pleasure. In particular, in business, people hire people who they like and people who they work with already. Leon Rose and Tibbs have had a relationship for quite some time. I think with CAA over 10 years. So
CAA is back.
I almost kind of feel like this has sort of been in the back pocket for a while. We've heard his name going around for a while.
Yep.
And so I'm not that surprised that he was the hire. However, personally, I did want a younger coach.
Right. Well, let me move the camera here. Your hand in there, bro. Okay. So, Tibbs. We know the thing about Tibbs. Chicago Bulls brings them back to relevancy with Derrick Rose a decade ago. Plays his players the entire game. Tough, hard-nosed, old-school Boston Celtics defense back when they won the championship. He was like their assistant defensive coach. So he's the architect of the defense, really, with Garnett and Paul Pierce and those guys, Kendrick Perkins.
Running the triangle.
I don't know much about his triangle stuff. You're gonna have to tell me about this. But the truth is, Tibbs is a hard-nosed, old-school coach. He's 62. He is not your modern generation, relate to the players, buddy Fizdale. Now, I think Fizdale gave coaches like that for the Knicks a really bad rep. Because he was back to the extreme, in a sense.
Right.
But I'll be honest, I did want Kenny Atkinson. I did not want Jason Kidd. I saw the Jason Kidd stuff. I got very nervous.
Did we discuss this? I don't know if we discussed this, but that's who I wanted. I wanted Kenny Atkinson.
DNA.
I wanted Kenny Atkinson. I thought he was a younger coach. I thought he'd be able to relate to the players a lot better.
Knicks guy.
Right, and we have to remember that, the players today, or the league today, it's much more of a players' league.
Yeah.
It's much more focused on the relationships and focused on sort of being in touch and being in tune with your young guys. Tibbs has no family, so no kids, no wife. So it's not even like he has young kids around.
No kids, no wife.
No kids, no wife.
Oh,
so it's not even like he has young kids around that may be like how you might keep me hip to certain things that are going on. He doesn't have that either.
Yeah.
So I am somewhat worried. About that. I'm gonna be honest. That's sort of my fear. I almost kind of feel, because I know he's a great coach. I know he has a great record. So did Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson came, and I feel he came to us too late. He wasn't able to give us that energy. Now, I know that Tibbs was a general manager and
I think he was like president and coach at the same. I can't remember. In Mini, he ended up doing like
So I know that's a double job right there. So we didn't get to see exactly what he was going to be worth. We need a coach that's going to develop the players. I'm not saying he can't do it, but he may have to adjust his regular way of coaching.
Oh, he definitely will. I mean, you alluded to something by bringing up the fact that he has no family. I don't know. I knew he didn't have kids, but I felt like I thought he had a wife. Yeah. Now, I know this about Tibbs from before the Knicks. This guy's obsessed with basketball. I'm talking up till 4 a.m. at home.
Yes.
I remember when he left the Bulls, between the Bulls and the T-Wolves, when he didn't have a job. I remember reading an article about him, and he basically just spoke about him being at home non-stop, analyzing things with no job coming. Like,
right.
he's just so obsessed with the sport. So if we're talking about hard work, I don't have to worry about that. The city that never sleeps got the coach that never sleeps. So I don't even have to worry about the effort he's putting in. While I have to admit, with Thibodeau, I did worry sometimes about not like his work ethic, but how much like attention to detail he was really paying to all these things. So Tibbs he's gonna do that. Now, can he succeed in the NBA where, like you said, a lot more about the players? His style is very defensive, as we know. He adjusted offensively with Minnesota and got, you know, some good work out of Karl Anthony Towns. But that Minnesota team also had a lot of friction. Jimmy Butler, remember that whole situation?
Yep.
And it seemed like, I remember from back then, the veteran Timberwolves players who knew Tibbs from the Bulls days, because remember, I think Butler was there. Was Luol Deng there? I can't remember, but they definitely had like a little Bulls nucleus who knew Todd Gibson was there as well. I forgot. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I remember Todd Gibson. I think he actually said that Tibbs. He was like 32 at the time, and he said Tibbs played me more minutes than years I have on this earth, because he wasn't used to playing that much. Because that's the thing with Tibbs. He's gonna play these guys a lot. Remember beginning of last season, we complaining about Fizdale and RJ paying him almost 40 minutes.
Right.
Well, that's gonna happen a lot. Yeah. All the young guys are gonna be playing crazy minutes. But I don't know. Again, listen, you go back to us talking about Fizdale, you're gonna hear a lot of positive things. I think we're a bit more jaded already about these guys. I will say this though, you're right about the CAA connection. 100% true.
And it's been there for years.
But while Leon Rose might have had a feeling, I have to say, their search was impressive to me. They went through so many candidates. They interviewed people twice. They brought in so many young guys. I saw a couple of young guys, like, you know, third, fourth assistant coaches, probably in their 20s, who were interviewed. And that's incredible for me to see that they're going to that length. Because I always said, I don't just want a big name. I want them to actually do the due diligence.
Was it just for show though?
I don't think it's just for show.
They were bringing in Tibbs?
I don't think it's just for show. I think he genuinely was trying to maybe hedge against his own thought process and make sure that, like, you know, in life sometimes you gotta ask someone else to make sure you're not being too biased.
You gotta get at least 3 opinions and everything. Right?
Exactly. So I felt like, you know, I think Rose is approaching this job with the best intentions in mind. I think I think every person that comes in sees what's happened before. They try to rectify it. You know, obviously that can go either way.
Right.
But I get the sense with Rose, obviously being an agent too, this is big. Knowing players, knowing what the modern NBA is like, knowing what these guys want.
So, having said that, what I also do not want us to do is go out there now and start trading and looking for a star. What I really want to happen, I still want us to build. I still want us to build our team. I know we're a super young team. I know these guys are not ready for the playoffs yet. I know we still have to develop them. They have so much to still learn. But I don't want us to get to the point now that we have Tibbs to go out there and get a star player to bring him into the roster, because he is accustomed to playing with vets.
Yeah,
So I almost see him as if we had stayed with Fizdale, which I know that was not a good look. Had we stayed there with him for another couple of years and he developed the players to a certain point, then I see Tibbs being the person taking over. So much so that I think Tibbs would have been a great coach for the Nets, because they have exactly those players right now. They have those players. So he's a good coach for a team like that. But having said all that, you know, obviously we want him to come here and we want him to succeed. I hope that he can adjust some of his coaching skills in order to get our players to where they need to be.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a new role again, you know, Knicks, new things all the time. I think whatever they decide to do, obviously, we've been on the youth train, specifically RJ and Mitch.
Yes.
You know, we like Frank, but if Frank ends up leaving,
like Frank.
you know, she got the jersey. I mean,
listen,
he's a defensive guy.
Well, Alan Hahn said, he just said it actually, that he wonders what Tibbs is going to do with Frank. He said because he could see him looking at Frank as, yo, this is a guy that I really want to work with. And
he's a defensive guy.
And he plays defense.
Yeah, he's a defensive guy.
That's his kind of player right there. Seems like Frank ain't going nowhere.
Frank is hanging around. So look, we'll see. Obviously, you know, like I said, everyone comes here with the best intentions. I do really appreciate that Leon Rose is so well connected with players. Here's the thing, if they want to get stars, right, if that is the goal, Leon Rose is new coming in, I'm not going to hold that against him. we have the assets, we have the young players. It's not like the team is good.
We got the money.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not like the team is good. Oh no,
Right.
don't break up this really good young team.
Oh no,
the team is not good.
absolutely not.
So
no.
honestly, outside of RJ and Mitch, if Leon Rose says, you know what, I want to do this, and there's a plan. My thing with the Knicks has always been, if there's a plan, see it through to fruition. Phil Jackson had his feelings about Kristaps, and I mean, being honest, all of us were kind of against it at the time, but we didn't let his plan like go through to fruition, and look what happened in the end.
Right.
Kristaps,
who, by the way, forgot to take his COVID test yesterday. So
I didn't see that.
So now he's on.
I don't listen to that dude anymore.
Now he's on another. What do they call it?
Quarantine.
He's on another quarantine.
Keep his ass quarantined in Dallas.
Keep
Keep his ass quarantined. Shout out to Luka Doncic though, that's my man.
Oh.
Alright guys, so that's it. First episode back.
It's quick.
Maybe a little rusty, but honestly, drop some thoughts in the comments below about what you think about Tibbs, how you guys have been this year. Like we said, we're sorry we're kind of away for a while, but we're glad to be back. Obviously, the real regular season, whatever, is starting soon. We had some scrimmage games so far. The Knicks won't be playing for a long time. But you know, Knicks are back. We love the Knicks. We can't wait. Season tickets. I know how that works now.
Can't wait to go into a game.
I know, right? But we have some videos actually dropping soon about some stuff that happened last season that we just kind of had in the bank. So we'll be releasing some of those over the next coming weeks. But thank you for sticking with us, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the thoughts and the comments. Happy to be back with you.
Yeah, man, we love the fans. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So please, yes, do comment below this video, and we will respond.
We will. All right, guys. Peace, Terry and Trey. We're out.